Hey, it's Jeanette, the Sunnyland Seller. How are you guys doing tonight? I have some exciting developments in my reselling adventures. I got a new GoPro Hero 10. So I'm just now checking it out, and I really don't know how quite to use it yet, but I'm trying. I have so much to learn. So tonight I thought I would do a little short video about some of the items that I've flipped, some of my best items. Unfortunately, I threw away a ton of photos of things that I've sold because in my Google Photos, that's about all that was in there anymore, was things that I've sold. It was hogging up all my space, and I unfortunately dumped probably hundreds of photos of things that I sold in the past. So I did go through and find some of the things that I would like to tell you guys about. I'm not sure how the professionals do this. I'm trying to learn how to do the picture-in-picture. I need to watch way more YouTube videos on how to make these videos so that they will be more interesting for you guys to watch. But I'm going to pick 15 things, and let's get started here. The first thing that I'd like to tell you about is a Harley shirt. It's just a men's plaid button-down Harley shirt, short sleeves. I purchased it for $5 and sold it for $30. That's pretty standard when you get the Harley shirts that have button-downs, long sleeves, the garage-style shirts. You can usually sell those for about 30 bucks. The second item that I have is, and I have to keep looking at my laptop because that's where my pictures are to refer to. It's actually a Smurf lunchbox, and that, believe it or not, I got at a kind of a weird estate sale. It was in like this Morton building, and I got it for 33 cents. I think it was paired up with some other things. That's why it came out to a very odd amount. And I ended up selling that pretty quickly for $10. So these might not be particularly higher priced items, but it's just, you know, the profit margin, 33 cents to $10. That's pretty good. The third item that I'm going to talk about is an electronic piece that I got at a garage sale locally here. And it's just a really small square musical piece, which I don't know a lot about, even though my husband is a musician. It's called a Tascam, I believe. And I bought that for $5 and sold that for 60 bucks. I was really pleased with that. The fourth item is a pair of red Cowgirl Boots, leather. And they really caught my eye at this garage sale because they had white stars on them and the red, of course. And I purchased those for $5 and flipped those for 40 bucks. Not too shabby. The next item was an Abalone belt buckle. If you know what that is, it's the kind of an iridescent, shell-like, pearl-looking stone or material that you see on jewelry. I really like it myself quite a bit. And that was the situation where I went to an estate, or it was a moving sale, and it was fill a bag for $15. So it's hard to tell what the actual price of the belt buckle was because I just kept throwing in a lot of small items. I tend to do that when it's a bag day. So I think I paid probably 50 cents for it and sold it for $12 on Poshmark. And it was called Alpaca Silver. I had not heard of that before. I still think the sterling silver is a better quality, but it sold nevertheless, so I was happy about that. The next item, and this was before I really knew a lot about vintage t-shirts, was a ZZ Top 90s tour shirt. Pretty rad, if I must say so myself. I purchased that for about $1 and sold it for $30. Seems like it should have gone for more since it was from the 90s. The next lot was a bottle set, a collectible bottle set, vintage little bottles that I got in a deal. A friend of mine had a garage sale, and after the sale was over, he asked me if I just wanted to, you know, give him a few bucks and I could have all the remainder of his items, and it was quite a lot. I mean, like a whole truckload. So I think my husband and I bought him and his friend lunch, and I got all of his items. So those bottles, I basically, paid $0 for, because I probably got 500 items from him after his garage sale, and we only paid $30 for their lunch. So I sold those bottles for $25. I took a picture of them all lit up, and it looked really nice. The next items were 4 Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. Maybe it's just Raggedy Ann, actually. I got all 4 of them for only $1. I couldn't believe it. I love those kind of prices. And I sold those for $15. 8 tracks, vintage. Love 8 tracks. I actually grew up listening to 8 tracks in my dad's Dodge van. Again, that was from my friend's garage sale, so I put 0 as the price and sold those 4 for $20. The next item I got at a garage sale, it was a collectible colorful horse, and it had Tony Curtis on it. It was still in the box with the paper, and I paid $2 for it and sold it for $20. The next item is a leather jacket that I got at a garage sale for $3 and sold that for $30 on Poshmark. The Harley Davidson helmet I got on the Spoon River Drive, which is in the fall, and you guys will be learning more about that if you follow my channel, because I will definitely be taking my new GoPro with me on the Spoon River Drive, which is a long drive, beautiful scenic drive in the fall through Fulton County in Illinois, where you go to visit different vendors and towns, and there's lots of garage sales along the way, which I really love. So anyways, I got this Harley Davidson helmet there that had the microphone attached and the face shield, and I got it for $20 and sold it for $75. The next item was one of my favorites. I was just stopped by a garage sale after work, a couple blocks away, and getting ready to leave the garage sale, and this face caught my eye on the table. Back in the day, I used to collect moons. I'm a moon child, being a Cancer, the crab, and I love moons. So this item caught my eye. It was on a table. It was a brass man in the moon face cake pan, and I saw Germany on it, so I figured it's probably worth money. I picked that up for $3 and sold it for $75 on eBay. Nice. Next was a bag. Can't remember the brand. I think it was 9 West. A nice tote bag, overnight bag. Bought it for $3 and flipped that for $18. I believe I sold that on Poshmark as well. And then I was at one of my favorite thrift shops. It's called Etc. in Eureka, a small town about 25 minutes away from where I live. And I love their prices and their selection. I like to go to these smaller thrift shops rather than Goodwill. I know Goodwill pulls a lot of their good stuff out now and sells it online on their auctions. So I prefer to go to the smaller thrift shops now, where I can maybe find stuff that I used to find at Goodwill back in the day. It's way more exciting for me to know that I can still find things I'm looking for when I go to these other kinds of thrift shops now. So anyways, I found this Charlotte basketball jersey. I didn't know anything about the team. I don't know a lot about sports, honestly. It was $2. I figured, what the heck? So I picked it up and ended up selling that for $31 on eBay. And the last item was a brand new Michael Kors belt. And again, I got that at the sale where everything was $15 for fill a bag day. And I paid probably about a quarter for this belt, and it still had the tag on it, and I ended up selling that for $10 on Poshmark. It's funny because you haven't heard me mention Facebook Marketplace, but that's actually where I sell most of my stuff. So surprisingly, these 15 items that I picked out to tell you about, most of them I did not sell on Marketplace. I do believe I did sell that colorful Tony Curtis collectible horse on Facebook Marketplace though. So I hope you've enjoyed this edition of my best flips part 1. There will be more to come. And I don't know if you can see my t-shirt or not, but it says Matthew Curry Rocks. It's a t-shirt that my mom made for me. She embroidered it, homemade, and that is the band that my husband is in. So I just thought that I would give them a plug so you can check them out on YouTube. Matthew Curry, they have a website, and they may be coming to a town near you on their touring this summer. Check them out. Have a good night.